Think about the person who dominates a room, the one raising their voice, issuing demands, making sure everyone knows they are in charge. We often mistake that volume for power, but the loudest person is rarely the most dangerous. Real power usually sits perfectly still. It operates on a different frequency, a Machiavellian approach to social environments. It relies on quietly observing what the people around you desperately want, what keeps them awake at night, and exactly what they are willing to sacrifice to get it. This creates a dangerous blind spot, because these exact behaviors, staying calm under pressure, keeping plans private, thinking several steps ahead, look identical to the hallmarks of a stable, highly competent leader. We invite this behavior into our lives and our workplaces because on the surface it looks like deep social intelligence. So where is the dividing line? Social intelligence requires understanding people so you can navigate a shared reality. Toxic Machiavellianism requires understanding people so you can exploit their weaknesses for your own gain. If you want to avoid becoming a pawn in someone else's game, you have to learn how to spot the architecture they are building. There are 3 distinct phases manipulative personalities use to construct and apply social leverage. Phase 1 happens before they ever make a move. It is the observation phase. A highly strategic person will sit back and let you do the talking. They watch who seeks approval, who gets defensive, and who needs constant recognition, cataloging your motivations long before they reveal their own intentions. This diagram illustrates information asymmetry. Notice the data flowing heavily in one direction. When you overshare while they guard their privacy, an imbalance forms. They build a database of your triggers, using your openness to construct a defensive wall, turning your traits into strategic armor. Keeping your private life private is entirely normal. The distinction comes down to intent. Healthy privacy establishes personal boundaries. Weaponized observation deliberately extracts data to use against you later. In this first phase, a casual conversation over coffee serves a specific purpose. It is a reconnaissance mission to gather the raw materials needed for future control. Once that leverage is gathered, we enter phase 2, execution. This is where the stored information is deployed, usually during a crisis, a conflict, or a high-stakes negotiation. While everyone else reacts instinctively to stress, a Machiavellian thinker completely disconnects their emotions from the decision-making process. They are mentally calculating their next move, while you are caught up in the friction of the current moment. Cautionary, we have to draw a hard line here. Regulating your emotions during a crisis is a highly productive skill. But cold suppression, shutting down completely to exploit the panic of the people around you, is emotional manipulation. They maintain this cold exterior because they are mapping out consequences. They ignore what feels good in the short term, calculating instead how today's reaction will shape tomorrow's relationships, opportunities, and power dynamics. This diagram shows how that calculation extends to their public image. Notice how the small central circle, the actual individual, creates a massive aura that expands outward. This represents a carefully constructed reputation. A manufactured persona does the heavy lifting of intimidation or influence before the person even walks into the room. Successful execution relies entirely on treating human interaction as a chessboard. In this dynamic, your genuine emotion becomes a liability, and their manufactured reputation acts as the primary weapon. The third and final phase focuses on battlefield management. Manipulators conserve their energy by mapping out the hidden social architecture of a group, moving only when they have a guaranteed advantage. This visualization shows informal influence. Glowing lines bypass the official manager, routing directly to a trusted lower-tier employee. Strategic operators target this true influence. By mapping these networks, they calculate the cost of conflict, severing connections to low-value fights and disengaging when arguments drain power. This leads to their ultimate strategic advantage. They possess an absolute willingness to cut their losses and walk away entirely the second a situation no longer serves their overarching goal. Mastering the battlefield requires absolute efficiency. It demands setting ego aside, ignoring petty slights, and prioritizing the final outcome above everything else. When you piece these 3 phases together, you see the true architecture at play. These behaviors are a highly cohesive, systematic web built to strip the humanity out of relationships and reduce people to transactional assets. That is the crucial warning sign. Thinking ahead is a valuable skill. Valuing your privacy is healthy. The toxicity only appears in the pattern, when that intelligence crosses the line into exploitation, treating human beings as disposable tools. You don't have to adopt these traits to navigate the world effectively. You can build deep social power, exercise strategic foresight, and read a room perfectly without ever sacrificing your integrity. The goal isn't to watch a breakdown of Machiavellian tactics and ask how you can use them against others. The goal is to detect these patterns early, recognizing the subtle signs of manipulation before the trap snaps shut. Understanding this architecture gives you the ability to decode human behavior. It allows you to protect yourself, guard your vulnerabilities, and refuse to become a pawn, without ever needing to become the manipulator yourself.